Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Rachel and today we are going to be doing a beautiful, calm, relaxing, chill, sensual flip through my Sterling Ink Common Planner, which is the planner that I have been using all year. And this quarter, I'm not gonna lie, it was rough. It was rough for me in my Common Planner. We're gonna get into all the blank spreads, all the failed experiments, and see how it all went. And I'm just gonna take you through a basic flip through. So hang out with me for the next few minutes and get your planners and let's vibe. See you at the flat lay. Okay, so just want to do a quick flip through of the planners and stuff that I've been using in quarter 2 of 2023. And for the most part, I really did just stay in my Common Planner. There was a few small deviations. First, I broke down and bought this new notebook, which is a Moleskine. It's in their medium size. The medium size is only available in I think black and red, and it's only available in hardcover, but I was just so curious about this size because I've only used the A5 and the Pocket from Moleskine. I'll show you kind of what the size is like compared to the B6 Common Planner. So the B6 Common Planner is slightly wider, really not that much taller, but the pages and the ones that I got are grid. I prefer a grid. And I was just really curious about this size, so I was playing around with this in terms of it being just a journal that I can hop in and out of. And honestly, I did 1 week testing this out. I just was testing out some layouts and I really didn't jive, so I didn't end up using this. I'll probably convert it into a journal memory keeper of some kind. But I was just really curious about this medium-sized Moleskine because it felt like B6 size, and I think that's kind of my happy place right now. So it was really interesting. So anyways, if you've tried the B6 or medium-sized Moleskine, let me know down in the comments. I'm curious what your thoughts are. But for the most part, besides that, I have been in the Common Planner, and it's been set up pretty much like it was in quarter 1. So I have my Moterm cover here, and then I'm carrying it around with the same 3 pens. The only difference is my Uniball Jetstream has been upgraded. I got this Spirited Away version, which I think is so adorable. Also, this is the 0.38 Uniball Jetstream tip size for all of the different pen colors. It's still 0.5 lead. I think that's the only size that the lead comes in for the Uniball Jetstream line, but I just got the pen body upgraded because I thought it was a super cool collab they did with Studio Ghibli on jet pens, so I'll leave this linked down below, but it's basically the same pen. And then of course my Tombow Fudenosuke and my Zig Brushable Memory System Kuretake pen. I'm not sure how to talk about this one, but it's pretty cool. And then inside the cover, I have all my stickers and everything set up like I've had them set up. This is the main ruler that I'm using, and when I'm not using this little Hobonichi ruler, I am using a pencil board. So that has been my setup for drawing lines and stuff like that. I also use this for the check boxes, which we'll see in a second. This is just a tarot card that I got from a bar here in LA, which is super fun, and then an assortment of stickers, mostly from Sweet Freckle Designs, and then some samplers that I keep back here that I'm just trying to use up as the weeks go on. Really has not been a big sticker time for me, but I do have some stickers in the back here that I also use, again, more Sweet Freckle Design stickers. And then, yes, you are seeing this correctly, some dot stickers that I purchased. I think we all have fallen in love with Megan Rhiannon's sort of commonplacing in her journals and notebooks style with the dot stickers, so I broke down, bought a pack of this kind of nice pastel color version, and have been experimenting with that. I don't know that I love it. I will show you guys what I mean when we get to the daily pages. It's not my fave, and I think it's just because there are too many colors here. I think I needed 4 colors, and instead I got a pack with 8 colors, and that was just too much for my brain, too much categorization for someone who doesn't do any categorization. So not my favorite tactic that I tried this quarter, but we'll take a look at it. So I want to start by talking about my goals, which I'm going to show some weight related information. So if things like specific numbers or talk about food and weight and stuff like that triggers you, please skip ahead. I'll put the time on the screen to when you can skip forward to. But you guys have seen this page before and have seen sort of my goals and stuff. Boy, it's hard to accomplish the goals that you set out for yourself, isn't it? For me, my top one was health and wellness. I've said before that I'm not super crazy attached to the specific numbers you see here. I'm just kind of using them as like a guideline. I am not quite 140 pounds, but I have lost
a lot of weight at the half-year mark, which is really cool, actually. I'm pretty proud of myself because I've been going to the gym really consistently and been working out really consistently. In quarter two, it was a bit harder to achieve those things just because, to be honest with you guys, I had like a really bad May. So I did not get to the gym very much in May. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. But this goal is pretty much going pretty well. The best out of all of them. For the spiritual and personal growth practice, have not finished the courses, have not done anything on that. It was a really bad quarter for that. I want to get back to it. And then for reading, I'm happy to say that I am reading one book consistently right now. I don't know, again, I think I talked about this last time I flipped through. I don't know where I got the audacity to imagine I was going to start reading 2 books a month from nothing. Also being super busy, but whatever. She made the goal and she's failing at it, and that's okay, guys. It's okay. Consider this your permission to reevaluate your goals at the mid-year, because I definitely need to be reevaluating this one. It did help that I've been given some books, and I got some books through a subscription service as well. So that was pretty cool. But besides that, I'm not really reading very much. I'm just reading like a paragraph or 2 here or there when I can fit it in. Because I have been super, super busy. So a lot of stuff not going well, but the most important thing is going pretty well. So I'll take that. The second thing I want to look at is quarterly planning. So when I set up quarter 2, I had this plan that I was going to write my priorities over here and my accomplishments over here. And for April, I did that. For April, that was good. For May and June, as you can see, that didn't happen. I mean, for June, I'm probably going to round it out with an accomplishments when I post my next video, which will be my quarter 3 planning video. So keep an eye out for that. It's probably going to come next week-ish. I'll probably round it out with some accomplishments and try to fill this out as much as I can. But as you can see, I just didn't really write priorities down because, like I said, it was a historically bad month for me in May. So it was not on my A game and didn't really have the brain space to think about what my priorities and my accomplishments were. I just didn't have the self-confidence to do this part of my planning ritual, so it didn't get done. But it did get done in April, and I have that to rely on, which is good. Then on this side of the page, I really liked doing this in April, and as you can see, I didn't really get it done in May and June for the same reasons that I was talking about over here, just not able to come track my hobbies and habits because I was not doing them, and I didn't have a good relationship with them in May, and that spilled over to June. But basically what I was doing over here is I'm tracking my sleep, energy, mood, when I have my period, and then when I close my Apple Watch rings. So I'm doing my rings in this column with the black check marks. My period is in this column with the red crosses. And then my sleep is the black line. My energy is the green line. And my mood is the blue line. And I did pretty well through April, tracking all of that, which was good. I didn't do very well in May. May was just a really weird month for me. So as you can see, I picked up tracking towards the end of the month again, and honestly, this is a couple of days of data here, a couple of days of data here, a couple of days of data here. I just connected all the lines so it looks a bit better. You can also see that I wasn't really exercising very much in May. I had a good run in there, but not really much overall. So yeah, so it was a really tough month, and my mood and my energy was just so low. And I know that's in part because I really wasn't sleeping in the beginning of May. I was getting 5 hours a night. I haven't plotted it on here because I don't have the historical data to back that up, but I just know for a fact that I was getting very, very little sleep. So my mood and my energy was just so bad for the rest of the month. And that's okay. We made it through May, and we are emerged a butterfly on the other side of that cocoon. But it meant that through the beginning of June, I was not really in the same habits as I was in April when I was tracking this stuff more on a day-to-day basis. I have 3 days of data of sleep over here and a few rings that I've closed, which is pretty good. I'm actually filming this on the weekend of the 17th, so I have that little piece of data, and I'm going to be picking it back up for the rest of the month, hopefully, now that I'm sort of back on my game and feeling good again. So that will be more fleshed out, but not for a while. All right, let's go to the monthly sections. So my monthly sections were really very limited, very, very limited, and not a lot went to plan. I sort of plotted out some daily activities. I sort of plotted out some suggestions for myself. Really, I looked at this one time. Same thing for May. I looked at this like one time. My mental health sort of blew up, so it was not very consistent. Like you can see, I had to cancel like a bunch of days that I planned to do YouTube, and so like things were getting moved around, stuff like that. June, I didn't even really plan much. I ended up like leaving all the sticky notes in that I had put down when I did my Q2 planning video, which I'll leave linked up in the cards somewhere if you want to watch that, and then that can sort of inform you as to what I wanted this to look like. But I ended up just leaving the sticky notes because I really didn't come in here and affect this page very much because I'm just not very good at my monthlies, guys. What else is new? So those were the monthlies, kind of historically boring. Really, really boring. Now we're going to take a look at the weeks. So this was the first week in April, meaning it had the first on it. I really liked the deco I did here. I've talked in previous videos how I wasn't super a fan of this color palette. It just felt a little like outdated to me. I don't know why, but I really like the kits that I use. This is Paperminty Studios, and these are Rabbit Hole Handcraft, and everything up here is Sweet Freckle Designs. Same thing with this week. I actually really did like how this week turned out. I think of it as one of my most beautiful weeks in the planner. And it was, again, Paperminty Studios with all these stickers, Sweet Freckle Designs, and then this was Papershire. And I thought it looked really cute. I really liked the way I was tracking. I was like intermittent fasting for a while there in the beginning of the year. I want to get back to it, and I think this was a really fun way to just visually demonstrate it and sort of separate out the days. So I think I'm going to try to go back to it. But that was really fun. And then I utilized the sidebar, which is something that you'll see totally goes away. Now that I'm tracking my sleep like way back here, let's find the page. Now that I'm tracking my sleep like here, I don't feel the need to track it here, but I kind of think I need to put it in both places just because I'm not looking at this on a daily basis. I come in and I fill this out like once a week or once every couple of weeks, and then but this is like my bird's eye view, my immediate snapshot of how I'm sleeping that week, and it can really inform my energy levels as the week goes on. So yeah, so I think I need to start doing that again. But anyways, I liked how it looked here. I think it looked really pretty. And then yeah, I just didn't do anything this week. Instead, I worked and I ate eggs and toast. That was what this week in April looked like for me. You're gonna see a lot of blank weeklies and not very many dailies because, like I said, I took a lot of time in May just away from planning systems because I was sort of struggling to get my mental health back in order, but this is one such week. Then I was sort of trying something new in this week. You can see I'm not like doing a sidebar like I was. And instead I was trying to like actually time log my days. So I was trying to say like what I was doing, what I needed to do. Like this is when I had breakfast. This is like I worked on a form stack project with a coworker named Anna. Like I was trying to do that for the first few days of this week, and I just really hated it. So I stopped doing that for the rest of the week, and I just sort of fell off of it because I just wasn't sure what my weeklies were going to look like. This one was possibly a little bit more traditional. I really love the way that these brackets look. I got that from Theory of Lauren. Shout out to Lauren for doing that and for blowing my little mind because it looked really cute. Oh yeah, I was so busy this week, and then yeah, my mental health just tanked. So does that show you guys, like, if my week is this crowded, the next week is just going to be empty because I don't have the brain space to, like, fulfill it. And I wanted to, like, I know this is super boring to show you guys, like, a blank weekly spread, but I want to keep it in because, like, this is the reality of, like, having a planner. Like, just because I'm a planner YouTuber doesn't mean I have a perfectly filled out planner. Nearly any of the time, actually, my planner isn't even, like, fully filled out here. You can see I was really invested Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I stopped drawing my little lines. I stopped like sort of time logging the things I was doing. Anyways, it just didn't end up happening for the first couple weeks in May. This one is like a slightly better. I tried to be like back on it. But again, I was like still trying that time log thing, and it just became exhausting. I didn't really like it very much. And we have another week that's super blank and another week that's super blank. So this week was pretty good. It was a little bit better. It was the first week of June. So May, the dark ages of May is kind of over. And I did some fun stuff. I went to a Boy Genius concert. That was really fun. I cried. Go figure. I also wrote what I was like consuming this week. Like I was watching a lot of tarot vids. I was listening to a lot of Dijon, Clairo, and Bartiz Strange because they opened for Boy Genius, so I wanted to get to know them. And then I was playing so much Zelda, which was really fun. I also wrote this quote from Cyndi Lauper: "It ain't over till you give in, and you never have to give in." And that just felt really poignant to me as someone who was like dealing with a bunch of like mental health struggles. Was like, it's not over until I literally give in. And you know what I don't have to do? I don't have to give up. I don't have to give in on my life. Like, I can keep going. So that was really motivating, and I just like kept that there. More struggles with the weekly though going forward. I had a big trip this weekend, so I just didn't really care about what my weekly looked like. I tried to do like what art I was consuming a little bit more, but sort of worked, sort of didn't. This week was really fun. Okay, you can see I've abandoned the sidebar. I'm just not sure what to do there, so I've abandoned it. But I got my Hubman and Chub Girl subscription box in the mail, and I am not usually a weekly kits girl. I love what the boxes have to offer. I have a whole video sort of about how to make your planner really easy and make decorating it super convenient, and I will leave that linked up in the description. And if you like these stickers, I also have a code for Hubman and Chub Girl. It's Rachelle15. You get a sweet 15% off. So please go watch my other video where they're featured and check out that discount code. If you like what you see here, I think their like little cat sub box is so cute. And this was the first time I really tried using a kit. This is a Hobonichi Cousin kit, so I did have to trim down some of the stickers, and I'm not a super fan of the way that I trimmed some of them down. It kind of sucks, but you know, for the most part, I think they looked pretty good, and it was really fun, and it makes this week look so much more decorated, even though I didn't actually have a lot to put down pen to paper, but it makes this week look so much more decorated and so much more full, and I do really like that, because as I was saying, like, I was going through this sort of dead period where like I just didn't have the energy to write down anything in my planner. So coming back to the planner with like a kit where I could just like sort of play around and add stuff in felt really good, which was really, really good. And also, you can see me, I'm celebrating my accomplishments. I finally got up with my alarm. One of the things that's really, really hard for me when I am going through bad mental health spirals is like just not getting up with my alarm. Like, I'll just literally get up and turn it off and go back into bed. But I didn't do that those days, so go me. And then this coming week, I'm using those Paper Minty Studios products again, and I'm just sort of planning it. This week has not happened yet, so this is all pre-planning, and this is really usually what my planner looks like when I first go into a week. Sort of, you're getting that sneak preview. I did want to add some more decoration just because it made me so happy this week that I was like, you know what, I need a little bit of joy in my life and I need this to look pretty. So I think one of you guys commented down below on one of my last videos, you wanted to see what decoration I used in my planners and like using more stickers and stuff. This is what like a heavy sticker week looks like for me. That week I showed you guys earlier, let me find it. This is what I consider like a beautiful sticker week for me. Like, I don't use this many stickers very often, but this is like a very full sticker week for me, which is saying something. And I'm sort of trying to capture that vibe because I look back on this week and I'm like, I was so happy. I did so much stuff and it looks really full and really pretty. So I want that again. So that's kind of what I'm going for here, just to liven it up, because, you know, it's the small things when you're going through it. You know what I mean? It's the small things. And then, yeah, this is the first week in July, so we'll get there when we get there. Let's head over to the dailies. So this is my quarter one review, which I did with you guys in my quarter two planning video. Again, that's in the cards somewhere. And I will do a quarter two review when I do my quarter three planning, so stay tuned for that. This is just a page of notes. I was in a class and I took a bunch of notes. And this is what it looks like when I take a bunch of notes. I have like a notes page and I have like a sticky notes on top of it, and that's good enough for me. I have some quotes here from songs that I like. I was trying to plan an outfit for an event that I was going to, so there's that. Again, more notes, really kind of like sticky notes everywhere when I take notes. I think I did talk about this page actually in like a previous video. I have like a next deck list, like of decks that I want to buy. Actually, I didn't end up buying the Alleyman's Oracle. I just didn't have the money to back the Kickstarter, and I'm really, really sad that I missed it, but I'm good that I'm proud of myself that I held out and I didn't actually like buy when I just felt like I needed to buy for some reason. So yeah, that was cool. These are some notes about burnout that I was writing down. I think I was thinking a lot about burnout in May when I was like having a really bad mental health month. So I just wanted to understand it better. And I wrote down this little graph and took some notes from a video that I had watched. it felt really, really therapeutic to start trying to understand the problems that I was going through. So that was really helpful. And I have some more notes here. I have it says burnout occurs when the reward we get from our life isn't enough to offset the effort we put into it, which I think is really valuable. You can see I'm also trying to experiment with the dots that I was talking about, that the sort of like cataloging our common placing with dots. You can see I'm sort of trying to experiment with that here, so you'll see that more and more. I've also been taking therapy notes in my journal, which is helpful, but obviously I don't want to share them with you guys because they are super personal, so I've covered them up with sticky notes here, but I did leave this out, which kind of shows you how I was using, like, I was trying to experiment with margins here, so I experimented with margins here as well. I have the bulk of my therapy notes here, but then I have some like tips and tricks over here on the sidebar, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy about that. Then I took some notes on common placing in general. I'm not a huge common placer, but I obviously was starting to commonplace here. So I was like, you know what? I should figure out what is the deal with common placing. You can also see that I have like the whole like colored sticker thing laid out here, and I'm trying to match Tombos to them, and I'm trying to like figure out what I want them to be for. This is like very loose, I would say, super loose, and I do not stick with it. But you can see I was like journaling on stress, and I've decided green is for work. I wrote actually life is beautiful and I have time, because this was like a mantra that was helping me so much get through, like it was helping me get through May so much. Like I was just feeling stressed about everything I had to do, but once I slow down and I think actually life is beautiful and I have time, I have a lot more capability to do what I want to do. Here I was testing out my pulley printer. I will leave my pulley printer linked down below. It's this little guy. You normally see them with like a little beak, but I don't have the beak on mine because it was detachable and it was annoying me. But it's this little guy, and I do have a discount code for it. I think it's 15%. I'll put the code on the screen and the link down below if you want one. It is an affiliate code, but I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just like the product. But this is sort of what it turns out. This is a meme that says you're contracting because you're expanding. Like there is pain in growth. You know, I was kind of vibing on that message through May when I was really struggling. This, I was testing out like what brightness did to a photo, and this is just me and my partner. I don't really like the washed out version. Like I look like crap. He looks pretty good, but he always looks good. So more therapy notes. You can see my margins are getting significantly smaller as well, just enough to fit the dot and a few words. So a few additional notes. And then I just abandoned the margins on this page, I guess. I was brainstorming something here, which was fun. And then doing kind of like an analytics review, planning on doing that. Oh, this is where I like deviated and tried to experiment in the Moleskine. I was thinking I would do like a 2-week schedule to plan my life. I used to do this with my sprint method. I'll leave the distraction method video up in the cards. I briefly talk about my 2-week schedule method, and I really fell off of that, and so I wanted to get it back. So I was trying to like draft it, and I thought if I did that in a new notebook, in this notebook, that it would be fun, but that never really manifested. But for Q3, I'm definitely going to revisit the sort of 2-week weekly, which I think is going to be fun. More therapy. We love therapy in this household. We love it so much. This is what I mean by like the dots don't really make any sense, because like, why did I put purple here? I have no idea. I was just doing more like wardrobe stuff. I was watching like a really cool video where she like broke down how to match your wardrobe to your lifestyle. And for some reason I categorized it as purple, even though I think initially I had purple be like spirituality. I don't know. This is a blank page, but I order so many of these little solo espressos from Starbucks. I order one like literally every day, and I just wanted a place to put my stickers. So this is gonna be the page where I put my product stickers on food that I order, especially when I'm at work at the office. And this is the end of this week, which was a week I got my Hubban and Chub Girl box. So I was using one of their stickers there, and then this really cute washi tape. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it sort of has like a little foil. It's pretty cute. And this was just a pretty normal week. I experimented with a to-done list instead of a to-do list up at the top, which is something that I've heard works for people, especially if you have like like looking at a to-do list just makes you stressed out. They say doing a to-done list or writing things out after you do them can help it feel more like an accomplishment than like something that's like a burden that you have to get done. So yeah, I just carried the washi tape over to the next page. I don't think I'm going to tag this with like work or anything and put a green sticker there. I'm not really feeling the stickers, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I do like having the margin there. I think the margin is kind of fun and it makes the page an interesting shape, like a more interesting space to work with. But I think I might go back to doing the margin like this size, which is like 9 or 10 squares across. And then I can more thoroughly like write in it and do stuff in that. So I might go back to that because I do like the margin. I think it makes the page a more interesting size, but it's just not working for me in terms of like the place to use a dot sticker to categorize what I'm seeing there. You know what I mean? So, okay, and that was my flip through of my Sterling Ink B6 Common Planner. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you stayed till the end, go ahead and drop your favorite color heart emoji, and yeah, say anything else you want to say. I really love you guys. I super appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and for watching this video and for just generally being really awesome and always willing to chat with me in the comments and let me know what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of, because I really appreciate that and I like doing that with you guys. So yeah, I'll see you down there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.